I'd like to welcome you to the HolyBits Hackathon 2020 November edition, one of the biggest hackathons in Mombasa, Kenya. We are privileged to and honored to have you. My name is Kevin Ochieng, a software developer based in Mombasa. We have a group of participants in this hackathon. We have 10 participants actually. We already briefed them and they already formed groups. Now they are coming up with ideas which will be implemented into a prototype or project in the hackathon. We are going to assign them mentors to guide them throughout the duration of the hackathon, and I will be the judge of the presented projects. What we expect from the participants is basically some positive energy. We want ideas which are not really complicated, something that which can be easily implemented, and something which can be finished within the specified time. And above all, we expect all the participants to have fun. We have some 5 themes scheduled for the festival. We have culture, we have environment, we have solidarity, and we have gender equality. We have 2 mentors. They are software developers also based in Mombasa. We have John Dennis, we have Dennis Kinywa. Hopefully next year at the same time, we hope to have more participants. I think this year it was due to the corona pandemic that we have a little number of entry for the participants. I wish the participants good luck in their endeavor with their projects, and all the best, and may they all have fun. Yeah.
I'm a C# software developer, specialized in ERP systems. So I'm one of the mentors to one of the groups here. At this point, we have come up with two good ideas for the hackathon. So I expect a lot to learn from everyone, and all the best to every group.
I'm Dennis Kinywa. I'm a software developer. I specialize in the manufacturing software systems. And I've come to this hackathon as in the capacity of a mentor. So far, I am mentoring a group known as Kigogo. We have 3 ideas, but the guys are really trying to brainstorm and see which is the best.
The ideas that covered so far covers on the environment and the health theme. We're not going to discuss everything, so it will be as a surprise tomorrow. So hopefully we'll actually arguing about which one to take. So there are 2 good viable ideas, so everything will be presented tomorrow.
Okay, I expect from the group, I see we are a group of 4 people, so I expect I expect cooperation from the guys, because it's a small group. Also, I expect that at the end of the hackathon, you'll have something to present, something that is solving a societal problem.
Right now we are heading to one of the groups. We want to see their progress and send them a mentor. Okay, so what's the idea that you have come up with?
We are still brainstorming on it.
Oh, okay. Almost done.
Almost done. See which has more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we'll give you more time. Oh, okay.
We have looked at what we'll cover, and we've seen we'll cover something under the Big 4 agenda.
Oh, okay.
And that is the side of health.
Oh, okay.
On the universal health coverage.
Oh, okay.
Coming up with a solution for we haven't come up with a name yet, but something that we want every Kenyan to be able to be covered in the section of health funds.
Oh, okay, okay.
Whenever the insurance, like one of the things that we looked at is NHIF.
Oh,
Not
okay.
many people are covered in NHIF, and people have the conception of people who are covered in NHIF must be people who are from the working class.
Yeah.
So you see people, those who are in the border, mtu wa kokoteni, utapata hawa watu ukiweza kuhusu NHIF,
they don't know,
or watasema hii kitu ni expensive, kuanzisha nianze kuweka pesa yangu kwa na sijui. So we're looking at a solution whereby we're going to cover all people irrespective of the class.
Okay.
So that's what we are now
deliberating
on.
Oh, okay. Okay, sounds good to me. And I will assign you a mentor, John Dennis will be your mentor. In case of any question, any challenges, you can always reach out to him and he'll help you.
Yeah, this is Maingi.
Oh, Maingi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. I'm calling on behalf of the members, eh?
Okay, so Jim is there?
Yeah, Jim is here too. Okay. So we have a problem with if the files are conflicting, the signed data files. How do we go about it?
The files are?
If we have two files conflicting, then signed data.
Yes.
How the storage signed data? How do we go about it?
If you have two people accessing the same data.
Yeah, like that. Yes.
I think the data should be asynchronous, such that many people can access the same data at a time.
Okay.
So yes, how did Jim work out the system? How are you? See, what happens in a good database?
Yeah.
Is that people can access the data, many people at a time. So there's not supposed to be any limit. There's not supposed to be a limit on the people accessing the data, because that is just it's like you see, there's a read and a write. You see?
Yeah.
So when you are reading,
yes,
many people can read at a time.
Okay.
Even the right people, many people can write.
Okay.
The same data at a time. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
My name is Musa Oyo, and today I come on behalf of Soft Tech with our new product called Afia na Airtime. And before we embark into the product directly, first it's important to get to understand what is universal health coverage. So universal health coverage is a means of ensuring that people get access to the needed healthcare while making sure that they don't undergo any financial suffering or any financial hardships. So there are currently companies that offer universal health coverage. One of them which are widely known is NHIF, and we also have different insurance companies that offer universal health coverage. However, you find out that these companies only target a specified group. And this specified group are working class people. A good example like NHIF, you find out there's a registration fee involved. There's a monthly subscription also involved. So you find out many people cannot, especially if someone is jobless, saving 500 shillings at times can be very hard. So through this, you get 52% of Kenyans are only covered in the medical insurance, leaving out 48% of Kenyans who are not covered. And this majority, you find out they cannot access quality healthcare due to high costs. A good example is, number one, wale watu wa makanga, those people who strive to make a living day to day, maybe make 300 shillings a day. And you find that this person can be very hard to save that money and maybe say, this money, I'm going to put it for medical insurance. So this is where Afya na Airtime comes in. So Afya na Airtime, it's a USSD mobile platform which uses airtime to ensure that these people are insured whenever they log in the airtime using subscription through network service providers. A good example of one can be Safaricom, Airtel. So we'll have to work with one of the network service providers in order to deliver this service. And our services, we have also divided them into, or categorized them into two. We will cover, there is the normal cover that normally touches the outpatient services. Now for the outpatient services, we will only cover consultation, nursing. We will also cover physiotherapy, some minor and surgical procedures that are required, dental and drug administration. And we also have the comprehensive package, in which case we'll cover the outpatient services and also chronic diseases such as cancer and other chronic diseases like heart diseases or inpatients. So each of these services, they'll have different rate of percentage, in which case, whenever they load in airtime for the normal, we'll charge 10%. For the comprehensive one, we'll charge 20%. That way, for the comprehensive one, we can be able to scale more because these chronic diseases require a lot of funds in order to take care of them. So according to the census done 2019, we have 47.6 million Kenyans, and 35.7 million Kenyans are under the age of 35 years old. So it means we have many youths. And with high rate of employment, you find out these people or these youths, it becomes very hard to pay premiums monthly. And we saw fit at least to create a common pool of funds by converting airtime, which they put, even if it's 20 shillings, and we take like 10% of it for a normal service. That is 2 shillings. And in a week, maybe someone can use 100 shillings, which means 10 shillings goes to the common pool of funds in order to take care of the medical insurance or to take care of this person. So in a month's time, you can find this person can be able to save 30 to 40 shillings in a month, compared to 500 shillings, which could be very hard for this person to collectively get in one session. So there was a survey that was conducted by the Kenya National Bureau of Services, which revealed that people use a lot of airtime compared to food. And this survey was done on March of 2020. And this is also an opportunity for us as Afya na Airtime. So if a daily recharge, this person charges, maybe saves or uses credit of 150 shillings. So what if, to make sure that they call their family, to make sure that they do businesses, to make sure that they use internet through this credit, what if just 10% just goes to cover this person in the medical insurance? So that's where we give out our solution for this. So we are also governed by our objectives, and one of our objectives is to make sure that people are covered, especially those who don't have medical insurance. This doesn't mean that we'll leave out those who are already covered. We'll also cover them, but our main target group is those people who don't have that cover at the time being. Another one is to improve the healthcare coverage insurance. Another is to make sure that we reduce the costs at which this person spends, especially when they go for the medical cover. And lastly but not least is to provide Kenyans with more access to quality healthcare. So on our next part, I'll invite my colleague. He's a very good friend of mine, and he will come and show us the technical side of our project through the data flow that is shown here, some assumptions of the project, some challenges that we have gone through, and also recommendations. So right now, I'd like to invite my colleague, Mr. Gideon.
We are targeting to use the USSD from the service providers, like the Safaricom, we have the Airtel, we have Telcom. So basically, we are targeting them to either to give us the USSD for the service, so that anyone who will be opting for the service will have to dial some numbers, and then will be able to subscribe to our service. So from the flow diagram, we have the USSD, that is the number that the user will be dialing, like maybe *544. Then we also have the user interface, because in this user interface, it will be providing the menu, whereby it will be asking someone either to subscribe for the service, to either to call the customer care. You also have to opt out, because once you register, sometimes you may decide to opt out of the service. So this is where it will be providing all those details. At the same time, if someone, for example, decide to register or to subscribe for the service, he or she is able to enter some details. That is the personal details. So like we were targeting to use the Huduma number, because currently the national ID is only for the specific to those people who are that is over the age of 18. But Huduma number, which we are aspiring to be like maybe next year, all of us will be having Huduma number. So this Huduma number will be like the unique identity number for everyone. So like someone will be asked to enter all those details, like the Huduma number, we have the username, and then everything will be sent to the servers. So once in the server, like you are creating an account for the first time, the SMS will be sent back to you. So we were using that is Twilio messaging API. So the message will be sent back to you to inform you that you've subscribed for the service. And then in case you recharge again, because once you recharge, the specific amount of money will be deducted from anything you will be recharging, and then it will be sent back to the database. Okay, basically, we are just creating a common pool of funds. Like instead of using all the airtime, we are subtracting some amount of money, and then we create a pool of funds just like that. So this is just like a subscription. So everything will be like messages will be sent back to using the Twilio API. We were supposed to use the USSD, but we realized that Mr. Dennis advised us to use the Africa's token, but we realized we did not make to receive the free trials for the USSD. So that's why we opted for the Twilio, that is the messaging API. Then we also have for recharge. Sometimes if you recharge, it will be telling you that you've recharged the account and everything is fine. So this is this is just an console application, because we were not able to use the USSD. Now we are using the console application just for demonstration purposes, and this is just a file that we managed to write. So maybe I can just write enter. So the menu will be provided to us in order to either to subscribe for the service. We also have to recharge, either to change the package, to contact the customer care, or to unsubscribe from the service. So for example, at the moment, maybe we can, because to subscribe for the service, it will be asking us to use maybe different details. Like let me just input one. So it will be telling you enter the Huduma number. So maybe I can just use maybe 77. and then the username. Let's say so it will be asking you to use the package either for the normal coverage, like the way our chair was saying. We have the normal coverage, we have the comprehensive coverage. So you just have to, if you want to opt for for example, the normal coverage or the comprehensive coverage, you just like either you enter 1 or 2. So let's say 1. So once you create an account, internet. Okay, so once you create an account, the message will be sent back to you, so that you'll be like it will be informing you that you've managed to create an account, and then next time you just have to recharge the credit. Once you recharge, everything will be sent back to you. So maybe I can just use the existing account to see if it is. Okay, you see I was writing using Ubuntu, so we transferred everything to Windows, but I was using Ubuntu.
We will have some 30 seconds to go.
Okay, fine, no problem. So let's say, let us recharge maybe 70 shillings. So maybe I can ask, because she was the one who was having the account. What was the account number? I mean the Uduma number. 40. Okay, I believe it is the internet problem. That's why it is not able to send that request to the servers and then get it back. Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Fine.
My name is Nicholas, and I'm going to take you through the project presentation that we have been doing for last 2 days, and all through the period that we have been here, we can say that the period have been busy period, and despite the short period of time, we have managed to come up with a working program, of which technical bit is somehow more advanced, and we are still working on it. I don't know whether it will be good by the end of the session, but we'll take you through what we have managed to do. So the group, the title of the project is Health Automated Record Management System. Health Automated Record Management System. This is here. Okay. This is the system that we are going to put on in hospitals that will be able to guide us, and will be holding the details of patients. Just before they enter into hospital, the hospital will be already having the details from this system, whereby they can retrieve them and know the previous history of the patient. I'm going to take you through the project presentation that we have been doing for last 2 days, and all through the period that we have been here, we can say that the period have been busy period, and despite the short period of time, we have managed to come up with a working program, of which technical bit is somehow more advanced, and we are still working on it. I don't know whether it will be good by the end of the session, but we'll take you through what we have managed to do. So the group, the title of the project is Health Automated Record Management System. Health Automated Record Management System. This is here. Okay. This is the system that we are going to put on in hospitals that will be able to guide us, and will be holding the details of patients. just before they enter into hospital, the hospital will be already having the details from this system, whereby they can retrieve them and know the previous history of the patient. So let me not explain much because it's already inside, and I'm going to take you part by part until the end of the session. I have already told you about the system. Will be already installed. It has been developed and designed in an app-based, then reactivated in web-based. So when you log in, you'll find the login details, whereby the doctor and the patient will be able to log in details of the patient. So after logging in details, now you will go to a position whereby you can put in immediately when doctor is logging in details, it will send SSD code to the patient to approve, then you will be able to access details. The details that will be inside will be details of patient's BIOS, whereby there will be symptoms of the patients and symptoms and the medicals or drug that was admitted to that patient, maybe 3 weeks or months or even years. Then from there, you'll be able, the practitioner that is having that patient at that particular time will be able to get to understand what the progress of patient on the disease may be suffering at that particular date. So, and therefore you can predict the drug that is going to admit to that particular patient. So that is the overview of the project. Again, ineffective record management system has led to long patient waiting time before patient receives health services. That is very true, because everybody is waiting for that booklet. You have to go to maybe to that cashier, get that booklet, go to another person. So that long period of waiting for patient, and maybe he's suffering a lot of diseases, or he need emergency help from the doctor. So that process will not be there, because you will go direct to the practitioner, then log into system, then get your details, and from there you will be able to serve you depending on details you're going to receive from the system. So in traditional paper record management system, this is already absolute, of which it's also being used currently, but it's absolute. As you can see, the technologies is advancing day by day, and you can say that change is inevitable. So you have to go to the changes of the technology. If you want to advance, you have to change and enter. And if your business is not in technology based, your business is about to go absolute. So we have to adapt to our electronic automated health record system. Now, this is the problem that we are going to solve. Inefficient record storage and retrieval system has led to a lot of misdiagnosis of patients. What do I mean? This ineffective has led to misdiagnosis. For example, let's say that you are going to Aga Khan. Aga Khan, there you went on Monday. Maybe you are feeling some headache, the doctor told you that it was malaria. Then later on, you are given those malaria tablets to go and drink at home. After 3 days or 4 days, you go there Friday, you find another doctor. That another doctor doesn't know what the doctor that gave you on that nini. So he is going to give you another drugs that we don't know whether they are working, or if he gave you if the previous doctor gave you the malaria drugs and they did work, then he gives you again another malaria drugs or another drugs without the history, without the past history. So this system will be more advanced to help in that problem. So that is the problem. Ineffective health record storage and retrieval system has led to a lot of misdiagnosis of patients. For instance, when emergencies occur, you may find a doctor in a dilemma because of failure to access historical medical history record, which may result to delayed services delivery. That is very true. You all know well. Then,
Mr. Nicholas,
yes. Yeah.
I think it would be nice if you just explain briefly, don't go over everything.
Yes.
Because I think you have, Jim will also come to present.
Yes.
The time is not on your side.
Okay,
Just
okay.
to go over everything, just try and be brief.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Now I'm about to finish. So on the methodology part, I'm going to explain it direct with this setup over here. This setup. This is the program that we are going to use. And with this program, it's going to work like this. When you open or you install your application into your phone or your computer, you'll be able to start only tapping. Tap, then the program will start. After program will start, you'll create an account. This is very minimal. You are going only to put in patient data. Then after that, you'll be entering records as it comes one after another. You log in, patients after logging in, there are two types of login. You can log in as a patient or you log in as a doctor. From there, you drop direct to patient's details if you are a patient. If you are a doctor, you drop it to doctor ID, which will lead you to patient's details. What are patient details? Symptoms, diagnosis, medicines, and tests that were done on that particular patient at that particular date. Now, expected outcome. Instant retrieval of patient's medical data issued from health data server by health facilities personnel, doctor, and Ministry of Health. That is the outcome from that project. So after undergoing all that time, this is the project we have come up to, and that's the far we have gone.
The application is supposed to function this way, that the patient must allow the doctor to access the information. You get the point? Meaning that the doctors can't sell data, because we've heard somewhere where you hear people, data is being sold. You get the point? Such that the patient, there is two-way identification that can be used. The patient, we can have your number, mobile phone number, which account can be sent. The way WhatsApp authentication works. If you authenticated through that way, it's okay. Then again, let's say that people don't have a mobile phone number. We can use this because all this system must be fed government data. Like it should be able to access government data center. It should be this way. That we have that, what do we call them? Biometric system. Yes. Have you seen the biometric system of the ID? Yeah. Even without you keying your name, once you press your fingerprints, they'll just tell you who you are. Are you getting the point? So the same way, and even that one will be able to help patients who are unconscious, because the question might come, what about the patient who are unconscious and we don't have their phone number, right? Because once the system we do this way, all the data shall come into. And when the data comes, what we just want is simply this. We want to see, how has this patient been? The doctor just needs to know, this patient for the last 5 years, for the last 10 years, what has he or she been hearing from? Then from that point, they can diagnose. Maybe the doctor can note, this patient from this year, he has come to the hospital 5 times and it is malaria that has been seen. So it is simply means this patient, even where he or she is living, there is malaria. A lot of malaria. So when even they are recommending for tests, how many have you even gone to the hospital? You are told, go for this test, nothing is seen. Go for the other test, nothing is seen. Go for the other test. But imagine doctor having your disease history, they can look at it and say, go for this test, go for this test, go for this other test. Are you getting the point? So we'll stop try and errors. I have a friend who went to and he was told to go for 7 tests. Go, come back. So, and yeah, it's happening. So, and that point, meaning that the patients, meaning that if we can improve on that, then our disease diagnosis. And then again, this system is supposed also to trigger again who treated you. Are you getting the point? Such that if you are given a drug that worked against you, we can say, okay, why did the doctor so-and-so give you this drug? Are you getting the point? Right now, you can't even sue a doctor because of the wrong medication. You don't have anything to prove. But if it is in the system records, it is much easier. Are you getting the point? And this even can get rid of crook doctors. And again, there is what we call, once the doctor can be able to look at all that data, the doctor can be able to say, okay, you are allergic to this and this. You hear people go to the hospital, they are given drugs they are allergic to. Yes. Have you ever heard that? Yes. That the drug goes and reacts against you? It's the same. If the doctor can check, okay, this the recommendation of other doctors, it should be not this drug, not this drug. Then the doctor can know which other drug they can give you. Are you getting the point? And from that point, and that's how the system works. Yes. Then I gotten some challenges here. What has happened in my machine as the program, I've trying to work on it. I've tried all my need, I've written the program, but the problem is the modules are even now not even syncing. I have a problem, but of which now I want to do it because I'm using Ubuntu 20, which is for Kofosa. And in the morning I had a problem of async storage. Right now, I have tried some modules. I thought the developers here can attest to me this way. I've tried just a sample of, if I'm signing in, I try catch. You can imagine when I try catch, it is not even alerting me the error. So meaning my machine, either my machine has a problem or something else. But I understand, but you can just come and see the program. It's not running, but I've written the program. Thanks. Yeah. But the problem is, the program is okay. Because I have some watchman modules to alert me if there is any error. Yes, but now the problem, what I have is that synchronization, I can't see it. So meaning that probably there's something wrong somewhere I did. Of which I'm using the latest Android version. Of which that Android version is like in a other modules. That's what we call breakages of modules, dependency files. Like you realize in a reject other dependency files. I don't know why it's that way.
Mic check. Mic check. So good evening once again.
Good evening.
So we have come to the commencement of our event. And with me here I have the scores for today's hackathon event. So before I announce the final scores, I would just like to award the best presentation. So the best presentation went to Team Softtech. Okay. And regarding the other, let's say, attributes and the qualities, the innovations, originality, sustainability, impact, presentation of the projects, we have come to the conclusion that both teams have tied, and so all participants will get an opportunity to go to an incubator. This information will be communicated at a later date. So we thank you once more for your time and have a good evening.
Thank you.